session will be pitch and demo session. So already I have asked those are presenting their pitch to provide the presentation. So now we'll start. And for this session, Professor Sukant Nanda and Mr. Rajesh Ram, they will be the judge for the pitch and poster. So now I think we'll start from the offline participant who are physically present here. So please raise your hand, like who are there. Okay, so I can see 1, 2, 3. So I think 2 of already you have provided. So yeah, you can come start. You can please come. Yeah. So yeah, you can speak here. No problem. He will put the slide. Color mic. And those, I think if you have not provided your presentation, please provide to him, signed by mail.
India doesn't lack talent. It lacks the tools that help build this talent. A very good afternoon to one and all present over here. My name is Shubham Parida, and this is Shramik Simutrain AI, immersive, intelligent, inclusive training for the next-gen industrial workforce. So India has around 500 million blue-collar workers who are basically the backbone of the manufacturing, the logistics, the shipping, and many more industries. These hold the core branches of engineering as well as the supply chain management. But they lack practical hands-on training, the safety awareness to real-life scenarios, recognition through structural learning, and access to multilingual guidance. The entire session till now, or even yesterday, has been about how we can incorporate regional languages into like Odia and Hindi, things like that. Basically Odia. I have a work experience with Adani Ports and SEZ, where I was handling crane operations. So there, what I mainly saw and experienced was that the people who are joining fresh, the technicians straight out of diplomas, ITIs, they lack the basic knowledge, and for that they have to go through the on-job training, basically the buddy pair system and things like that. But that takes a lot of time. And while we are hiring for the demand for these kinds of jobs are very huge, basically in these industries, but we lack skilled employees. So for that, I have been able, we identified this particular problem set, and the vision has been to create like India's first AI-powered immersive training. Basically, they will be trained by VR and AR simulations and gamified versions, empowering the rural and urban youth in the way that improves their safety, the workplace safety, and helping them develop a talent that will surely progress with time. And this will obviously bridge the skilled workforce gap for India's 1 trillion infrastructure. So the solution here has been virtual troubleshooting simulations. For example, if you are going through, we are going to create scenarios which are happening in the real life. Suppose there is an oil leak, there is a engine failure and some other breakdown. So how we can tackle them virtually before going on to the field? How the person who is being trained can able to identify what is exactly going wrong, what can go wrong, and if there is something going on, what should be exactly the approach to that problem. Along with that, there can be multilingual AI instructor available. Like for example, even right now, we cannot imagine our life without ChatGPT, right? So with every difficult problem, first instance right now, or first instinct right now is basically type it into the ChatGPT and get the answer. So for example, a guy is working on the site and he has some certain problem. If he's wearing some kind of headset for the particular problem, he might just go into that setup and he can ask that I am facing this particular problem, like I have a hydraulic fuel leak in this particular valve, and the scenarios like this, what can be the approach to that problem? Like how can I tackle and what are the things I need to look after, or if this indicator is blinking, that what does it exactly mean? Along with that, there can be structured learning module. So example, like we have Coursera platforms and other platforms like that. What is happening? We are progressing certain levels. We are getting certain certifications, and this certification, particularly if it is presented in a kind of a virtual dashboard format, then even the recruiters who are actually looking for this kind of workforce can directly tap into that, and they are able to understand that, okay, this person has this certain skill set, maybe I can hire that person. Or if it is this guy is intermediate state, maybe I can hire them and further train them on the field, hands-on, and he may be able to exactly fulfill the places we're looking down the line after some time. Next can be the safety. So things from my real experience, if you are not in the right mind, if you are thinking something else, if you don't know the exact guidelines, then your life might be at risk at any moment in a very hazardous core field situations. Like I was working at cranes at the height of 200 feet or something like that. So there, if you are not aware that, okay, this platform might not be stable, I'm working at a height, so I need to have my harnesses ready in the certain positions, I need to have three-point contacts and things like that. The person is not aware of that situation, and it is directly sent to the field to work as a body pair system even. So he might be confused, and that might lead to safety hazards both for him, for his body, and the people who are working around him. So in a structured gamified version, what we can do is that there can be branching options. For example, it can start like, okay, you are working like this and certain thing happens. What can be a response? There might be two options for that. He clicks one option. Then again, from the further, it can be a right option or the wrong option. Again, branching, further branching can be there. And in that manner, the particular person can learn that, okay, if things like this are happening, that should be my response. Now that is what I was telling about the story-based scenario training, and then the skill analytics for the recruiters that I told, like the dashboards kind of thing. So for example, like on the left side, you can see a particular kiosk type of thing where the worker is maybe during his induction program or things like that, he's going into that kiosk and typing the things, and he's in a gamified version, he's trying to learn the particular things. Then the VR virtual training, like I told you about, and in the bottom there is that I was telling that like scenarios while he's going to virtual training, what can be the scenarios? Like for example, the bottom picture, right hand bottom picture is like the things that a person is seeing actually on the VR headset. And this is like the portal I was talking about, that recruiters can directly go to that dashboard, and while the person being trained is completing certain levels of that game or training, he's getting certified, and those particular things are available for the recruiters to view. And now this particular module can be basically segmented into 4 parts. That is Simufix, which is the fault scenarios and guided repair, and that can be the ODI language or something like that for original languages that can be implemented. Then there is Path Praman, that is a structured course with certification at every level for the recruiters to see. Then there is Rakshaverse, that is a gamified story-based safety scenario versions. And then the skill graph for the recruiter dashboard with live certification available for the recruitment helping. Then how it works, like basically it can be modeled into the mobile version or a training kiosk. We can like a workshop type of thing, but again personalized manner. Then they choose the learning path. They can be operators, they can be fitters, electricians, welders, interacting modules, voice instructions, real life safety scenarios, what has happened in that particular plant earlier and what might happen, what are the, like there can be parallel plants of the same company, what has happened there, what has happened here, and everything compacted into this particular training version. Then skills and recruiter visibility again. So they can be like a person walking out straight out of diploma or ITI and getting into the core industries, from being confused to being certified out and further recruited. That is the exact pathway that they go through from these particular things. Sorry. So India has a workforce of around 500 million blue collar workers, and corporates basically spend 3 billion plus in annual corporate training spends. But again, the effectivity and at the end results are somehow not up to the marks. Again, Skill India, the government has been doing a lot with Skill India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, and there has been a rising demand for, like a recruiter wants to exactly see what, not what you claim, but what you have exactly. So this things simplifies the matter in a very better manner. And this can be the following business models that can be implemented with this particular things with systemic simultaneous AI. And the go-to-market strategy, again, companies like Tata, Adani, Reliance, L&T, they are hiring this workforce in a very huge manner. But again, their effectiveness at the end of the time needs to be checked. And this can be a very good fix for the particular things. We can partner with Skill India and NSDC and first launch with mobile and then go to kiosk and further into AR, VR headsets, like things like that. Implementing training kiosks directly at the colleges and ITI and workshops, industrial hubs. And again, a recruiter partnership for verified hiring further. So that was basically, I know things have been very, my things, trying to compact things, I might have missed some things, but again, it's a process of learning through doing mistakes itself. And I hope you liked the presentation till now. If that would be all. If anybody has any questions, I would like to take those right now. I started with the pilot project back when I was at Adani, but it was earlier, like I talked with certain vendors that are actually doing this AR and VR things. The price came out in, the numbers were huge, so I started with the mobile we started with videography of the particular things and then segmenting those in form of PPTs and everything as a pilot project, but further I couldn't do it. So it has been on the, basically on the very start.
What is the opportunity of generative AI?
Again, like we have been talking about original LLMs, that can be a huge implementation itself, because we have hubs, industrial hubs in Odisha, so much industrial hubs like at Anugul, be it Keunjhar, and if you're implementing kiosks, training kiosks there, where we can implement regional languages and solution like again. Generative AI, like ChatGPT, we can, even we are training that thing to making a story version of a particular, we can define a particular safety incident that has happened in the plant. For example, there might be some leakage of some gas, certain gas or fluids that has injured particular person. We can describe the entire thing to the model. He might make a story version of that particular thing and he might ask branched questions to the particular person. That way the person will be getting trained. And right now, what I believe is that these workers are basically straight out of colleges like diplomas and ITIs. And right now, games have been a very huge factor of the present generation. They have been very engaging. And a person right now, a diploma person right now knows more about guns like AK-47, SCAR-L and everything like that. Rather than he can learn that thing from, like he has learned those things from PUBG and COD games like that. But if I'm taking the same person to learn it from Google and everything, like this company uses this thing, this army engages with these weapons, it gets difficult. But again, he has learned that in game, he will remember that in a long time. So making these things gamified will be surely engaging and the person will be able to remember and implement it in a better manner.
How do companies recruit today somebody having zero experience? They want a welder, they want a driver. So somebody looking good can speak English, speak the language, then they get it.
Not exactly. They particularly what I have seen is that these things are from, if a person is basically a fresher, straight out from scratch, these are word of mouth. Then they are enlisted in, they are given a particular 3-4 day induction and they are made, they are given particularly, I will talking about my company at Adani Ports. So they are given buddy system, buddy pair we call it. So he, he is guided by a person who has experience of 1 or 2 years. He tags along with him for the entire time and he learns from seeing that person and the other person makes him do things. That's how he learns. But it takes around 6-7 months and again after 6-7 months the person leaves. So entire loss happens to the company itself.
This training will give a head start to him so that somebody at least aware of what's the trade and all that.
Yeah.
This cannot compensate what the body system is providing.
Exactly.
Taking a driver training virtually versus driving, so that cannot have a difference. So this is good. Recruiters tapping into this system, that's also good because they can really get to see that who is doing how and how much is engaged with several parameters can gather. So overall, great idea.
So basically, with the thought, I would like to continue with that. Particularly in our in my previous company, for example, like you're talking about drivers, we had crane operators. They were handling quay cranes, like those are responsible for shipping containers from the ship and lifting the containers from the ship. Those people were trained by the simulator itself. They were getting trained in simulator itself. But there are only 2 simulators present for 300 operators. So the level was very slow. Again, if you're taking that particular thing into a, like right now we have, if you have seen in malls and everything, we have this driving simulators and things like that, very cheap. We can even buy those things at 20,000 something at home. Again, I have live experience of seeing people who have learned a set of particular driving from scratch from that simulator itself, and they have, again, obviously you need professional training for that, but they have started with that thing. So it is possible that this model can be implemented to hire directly from simulator based training.
Definitely, this gives a leg up to the idea is great.
Thank you, sir. Any more? Thank you so much.
So next, anybody can come up. Yeah. So you have to present 10 minutes, followed by question answer.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Suraj Kumar Sahu, and today I will be presenting my idea, clause-wise AI. Starting with this, I would like to imagine you a scenario in which I would like to quote example of mine when I was starting my startup in my second year. As the initial founders, startup was something that is very much fascinating for us. As college students, I was participating in multiple hackathons and ideathons, working on business models, seeing MVPs working. That was something that was I was much fascinated about. So we started working on a rental service type of vehicle rental service system, and we were started hiring our team members. We had an initial idea of hiring team members as like interns. We say most of us here are engineers. एक engineer engineering छोड़ के बहुत कुछ करता है साथ में engineering के साथ. So I was working as a HR in the same startup. I was working in IoT healthcare devices systems when I was working in different projects. I was also working with different cross-functional teams when I was working on different projects. So there are some major problems I tackled personally, and all the small startup founders or the small freelancers face is that contracts. The contracts are made for lawyers, by the lawyers only, so that only they can understand much. But the main thing lies is that the meaning behind the lines. We can't read what is between the lines that it is written. Around 60 million plus freelancers and 30 million plus SMEs don't have proper knowledge or proper legal systems to work on the legal contracts. They lack this knowledge, and because of this, there is also a reason they can't afford legal services or firms. Because of that, they have to sign the contracts that is not much understood to them, or it can lead them to lawsuits. So, starting with this story, I thought of building something that can help us in this. There are major things. Also work with some interns related to legal we had. There are many terms, many jargon terms that we can't understand. It's like indemnification, liability, force majeure. But these are some terms, if we don't know it properly, it can lead us to severe consequences. Starting with this, I thought of building a AI system that can help us get the proper understanding of reading between the lines, and can give us more of knowledge like what are the risky points in the contracts that we have, to give us a proper understanding. So I thought of developing clause-wise. It is a AI-powered legal assistant that helps us truly understand, review, and draft contracts all in plain English. So as I said, there are 60 million plus freelancers and 30 million plus SMEs who lack affordable legal solutions. I have highlighted these points. And the key problem here is that 70% of small business and freelancers rely on template contracts without legal review. Legal misunderstandings can lead to penalties, lawsuits, and broken partnerships. Current solutions, lawyers or manual reviews are too costly and slow, leading to avoidable risk. So I have devised a solution for this using the training part of LLMs. Clause-wise, in this system, you can upload or draft contracts that can get plain language explanations, risk flags, and customizable templates. So by developing this, the AI detects indemnity traps, unfair penalties, auto-renewable clause, and more. It also explains clauses clearly so that we can understand it in plain English, highlights risk, generates new contracts faster. Because understanding only cannot solve the whole problem, so it also generates. Reduces legal costs by $500 to $2,000 per contract. The legal contracts are costly. Enables self-service legal understanding and increases transparency in agreements. Customizes contracts to local compliance needs. Also, I would like to highlight an example of mine. I've also associated with different clubs at our college, and I'm the technical lead of 2 to 3 of them. So we also have some collaborative efforts with different college events. So in that, we also sometimes do sign some kind of MOUs, and in that it is kind of a barter system because it is a student-run clubs. So we will promote your events and you will promote ours. But when we try to read between the lines, I found there are major flaws in the contracts also. Though it is written by AI, but we don't understand the proper meaning. So in this way also, it can help us. People want to feel confident when they sign something. But the thing here happening is that it is making us anxious and unsure. Coming to the market opportunity, the market valuation is around $35+ billion as of now, and it is growing at a CAGR of 9% by 2030. And as I said, 60 million plus freelancers, 30 million SMEs are facing the same issue. The growing demand for AI-powered legal tools and self-service document automation, and majorly here we are focusing on B2B services. As we know, the AI also hallucinates, and it can lead to false report also. So there are some risk that is possible, and there are some potential mitigations that I have highlighted here. The potential risk includes misinterpretation of legal clauses leading to liability, data privacy and security concerns, dependence on evolving AI models, and to mitigate this, the solution will be human in the loop reviews for critical contracts, end-to-end encryption and compliance with GDPR and CCPA, continuous model updates, and legal expert advisory board. I have also highlighted the SWOT analysis here. The major strengths, if we develop the system, is that it will include the advanced LLM-driven legal insights, the first mover advantage in contract self-service for non-lawyers, because it is a costly service. due to this costly service, the strength will also include strong cost-saving propositions. Majorly, the weakness will include lower brand recognition initially because it is locally developed, higher dependencies on AI, explainability, quality. If the AI model is not developed properly, it can lead to this problem. But as the markets are expanding globally with multilingual contracts, there are also opportunities in this domain. Growing SME and freelancer markets, as I said in the beginning. The possible threats are competition from traditional legal tech and law firms because they don't want their business to go away from their hands. Rapid changes in AI regulation and compliance requirements. Every contract or the MOU that we draft, it have some kind of hard words that we are not able to understand properly. When we also, like I said the example of rental services, we some kind of NDAs or MOUs with the vehicle vendors also. In that case also we have to be specific about the words that we mention on the contracts. When we also work in domain of NDAs, when we have employees, we have interns, in that case also there are some legal terms that we have to know. Coming to the business model of this idea, majorly it can run on the freemium model, free clause explanation for basic users. Then we can have paid features, the paid plans, the contract generation, risk scanning, advanced clause library, have some subscription based models we can derive for the pro subscription. When I was going through this, the approximate cost of having a legal advisor is around 5 to 10 times more than this cost. So we can significantly reduce the cost associated to particular this because they are legal terms. We have to train this model, but if it gets trained properly, the legalities perspective, it can be very much beneficial because we can understand, we can chat with it 24/7, and it comes at a lower cost, significant lower cost. And majorly we can do the API licensing, the monetization through integration with platforms and partner tools. Yes. I guess it's last slide. Coming to the go-to-market strategies, there are direct acquisitions via SEO, doing webinars, legal literacy content. We can do partnerships with freelance market spaces, startup communities, legal tech platforms. We can work in domain of networking and industry events. That is a quick summary of this that I said just. Thank you. Open to questions.
So for this legal, which LLM you are using? Because most of the LLMs, they are trained on general data.
Yes, sir.
So how you use the LLM specific to which can understand this legal document?
Majorly, we have to take a base model, then we have to fine-tune this based on the legal language.
So how do you collect the legal data?
We have the legal data written in the legal books, the constitutions, and the specific books they have in legal terms. We have to train it based on that
How
itself.
do you extract those data? And for example, you are extracting the data from the book, then will the publisher allow you to use their content?
Yes, so we have to work on that direction more. Actually, I was thinking about it, but majorly was focusing on the other stuff also. So it was in back of my mind. So have to present something. So I just came up with this, and it can create a great impact. That's why I just took it more further. Like I can work more on this.
So the thing, theoretically everything is fine, but when it come to practical implementation,
Yes, sir.
extracting the legal data from the books, then book publisher also allow you to
True.
the content from there and to fine-tune the model.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Interact with the competition in this place. Funded startups in this area.
Yes, we have some. Actually, I noted. Actually, I had that in my file, but I just removed it due to time constraints. I will get back to you. Any other questions? Yes, please.
So, like every time there is a new law, all the laws are changing. So now we have seen that the IPC has changed to HPC Research Center.
Yes.
So don't you think using a retrieval-based system would be much better effective than fine-tuning the entire result?
Yes, I was thinking in that direction. I am new to this particularly, so I have not done much deep research in this, but I am exploring it as I've also attended the workshops. It was quite helpful for me. So I am working in that direction.
So you can use some RAG-based model.
Yes, I was.
Where the
True.
LLM will be fixed, only your content will be changed.
True.
So that will be more.
Yes, sir.
You are the primary technical person or you are the marketing business?
Yes, so as I said, initially I was into technical, but later I am trying to explore different horizons. Any more questions? Fine, thank you.
Thank you. So 10 minutes you can speak and follow up with questions. Let's move to see some answers.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anurag Sahu, and he is my friend Shadab Raza. So let's start. In India, especially in rural areas, millions of people they get challenges in medical help, like due to the lack of documentation or language barriers, or even due to the unavailability of doctors. So our project name is Care Connect AI. Now we have that's the gap we are solving. It's a multilingual medical assistant that helps user, that understands the user voice, and it automatically generate a medical advice for the user, and that's how we are solving the bridge that is very necessary for others, for mainly for rural areas. And here's how it works. The user generally speak or type their symptoms, and our system will transcribe and translates all the symptoms over it, and it sends to an AI. Then it instantly generates a SOAP report, and it gives a medical advice to the user who is facing a severe problem. And it needs Aadhaar. It can work with or without Aadhaar, so anyone can use it at anywhere. Yes.
Hi everyone, I'm Shadab, and in this project I'm going to describe how is the solution made. So in this project we have used mainly Python for the backend. We used Flask, and then for the API integrations we have used Azure services like Azure Translate, Azure Translate, and Azure Translate, Azure Speech to Text, and Azure Location. So, and we have we have deployed this project in using Render, and so this is the complete project. So what happens is, when a person has some problem, he speaks in their own language. He selects his language first. He speaks about his problem related to medical healthcare, and then it automatically translates and transcribes. Then it goes to the back end, and then it goes to the AI model. We have used Llama 3.370 billion over here, 70B model over here, because it is free for use. We have used Together.ai's model, and yes, it goes then over the AI reads the problem, the symptoms, and then it has been given strict instructions on how to approach the problem and how to generate a SOAP report. In SOAP, objective is clear, but subjective assessment and plan has been given. It also provides triad score, showing how much what is the thing very is the symptoms very dangerous or not, and then it asks you to consult a doctor or not. And then right now we have made up only until there, but then if we plan to enhance this, we can integrate with hospitals and clinics, and we can do direct appointment booking in their own language. So this will create an inclusive India, in which all the tribal people, all the rural people, and illiterate or semi-literate people will also get the full access to healthcare. So you can check our websites. It's open to all. careconnectai.pro. Everyone can check the website right now.
Just tell them to open the website.
All right. Can you click that link?
So website is running?
Yes, it's running. It's functional. You can go there and. Yes, so this is our website. It is open to all. Everyone can test it right now. Get started. SOAP is subjective objective assessment plan. It is used in medicals for proper triad scoring on how severe the problem is, and then according to that they will give the diagnosis of that person. Right now we don't support diagnosis because we need to get permissions for that. Yes. Alright, so this is our login. Currently login is not there because it is not there. It costs money for us right now. So you can continue as guest login. Over here, everyone can test our transcribe and translate feature. So there are in a total of 3 languages for now. We can add as many as we want, and the accuracy is significantly high. We have currently English, Hindi, and Odia. So you can test it right now, and then if you give the more detailed description you give, the better it is. And then image upload area, right now we don't support because since we're using a free model, so it does not support image uploads. So right now we can skip it. And Aadhaar upload, it is a fully functional Aadhaar OCR detection. So we use simple logics like clearing out text using regex and parsing the texts like the name, the date of birth, and the Aadhaar number. And then if you don't want, you can just skip to the next step. Yes, so here is the SOAP report. Since the date of birth, Aadhaar number, and the reported severity is there because we have we have selected it to be 9. And then this is a full subjective objective assessment plan. And then in plan there are 3 sections. One is it describes what the patient says and how to assess it, and then the triad score and 1-line advice. Currently 1-line advice is under development, so That's it. Would you like to consult a doctor now? So if you select yes, it will ask for location permission. It will show you all the clinics and medicals closest to you. Allow. And then it shows the medicals and clinics closest to you, and then right now we have the skip button instead of booking button. So yes, that's it. That's all about the website.
Tell us a bit about yourself and
I am Shadab of class 11. I have been working on projects since class 7, and this is one of the largest until now.
I think somebody asked me, one class 11 student has registered, shall we allow or not?
So,
I said, yeah, if they are doing generative.
actually, we both are in class 11th, and we are in this tech domain since last 2 years. For the last 2 years, we have been building different projects for to participate in different hackathons and ideathon as well. Yes, sir. I am studying in KIIT International School. Yes, sir.
But why in your list of nearby hospitals things will show up?
No, the point is it finds every location, every clinics. I couldn't sort out the big medicals and small clinics because it took too much effort to do that. So for this demonstration, I just created the simple one.
Can you make it voice and utterance?
Yes.
Rural areas.
Yes, there is a speak option. You can test it. It does transcribe and translate everything. If you check the website, it would be better and more convenient for all. I mean, for.
Actually, in the last state, you are showing only the nearest hospital.
Yes.
You should show that, okay, that is there, but even after that, again, it will be a manual process. Like somebody has to call to the doctor, maybe you can try to
No,
find out
okay.
based on the doctor's schedules or availability so that it can be.
So there are many
yes.
things that we need to add. There are many features that we
Yes.
have been building.
First of all, I couldn't integrate in this website. I don't know why. It was supposed to, if I select any language, it would generate the SOAP in that particular language. I've also participated in this hackathon. In that, it is fully functional like that. If I select a language, it will generate the SOAP report in that language. That would be much better. But then I just didn't.
You can contact somebody, he can help you resolving all the technical.
Yes, in the hackathon, it is already there. We have done it. Any questions? Yes. I didn't understand. I cannot hear.
After giving the query, like I am having a fever, so it is directly planning and assessment recommendation. Is it generating from the LLM or you are using some RAG question?
Yes, it is like we created a query prompt. No, we created a prompt in which all the how to generate the SOAP is being described. Like the instructions has been written, and then the input goes of the symptoms, the triad score. These two input has been given to it, and then rest we have given it strict instructions not to hallucinate, not to give diagnosis right now, and all.
You are getting it from Llama.
Yes, Llama.
What is the triad score? How do you find the triad score?
It is yes. It checks. I have less idea about triad score right now.
Triad score means how severe our condition is. Like it's let's suppose we are having a high severe fever, so we can automatically score them in 9 out of 10 or 7 out of 10.
So from the input prompt you are getting this.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Like we will for the first hand, like if you are experiencing for the very first time, so we can directly just give them the scoring like 7 out of 10. But later in the result, it will show the what's the exact triad score it is. Like in the plan itself, it will show one line advice. It is 9 out of 10 or 6 out of 10.
So why don't you are using RAG-based approach?
I have less idea about track-based approach.
That is the most comfortable way. Like you will down the response.
You can have more control. You can have more control. You can collect the data, and the data will be always with you. You will generate the embedding and store in the embedding vector. And whenever queries come, you will semantically it will take the embeddings and pass to the LLM, and the answers will be more accurate.
Okay.
You can explore it.
Yes. Yes, about the triage, it was like I tested it. Like, I put the prompt, I have light fever, light throat pain, and in the severity, I selected 9 out of 10. Even though it is light, I just for testing it. And then when it went to AI, the AI showed that the triage is 6 out of 10 instead of 9, because the AI knows that it is not that severe of a thing. But then normally it would show 3, 4, but since you consider it to be that high, so there could be something there. So that is why it even recommended 6. So it works like that. So any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you. So I think one more demo is there, and after that we'll start the online. And in the meantime, I'll request participant from online to get ready with their presentation. So this is the last participant from offline mode, and after this we'll evaluate online.
Hello,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Very much now we can see your presentation as well. Go ahead.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so I'm Sivajit Chand. I work as a research associate at Technical University of Munich. My research currently focuses more towards code modernization using large language models. So today I'll be presenting a demo. Before that, I would like to say that it's a privilege to be here and meet the OdiaGenAI community. So my topic for today would be bridging research access with Odia. So it is a RAG-based research paper summarization and QA tool where the answers can be generated in both English and Odia. So the context can be gained from a research paper, and you can get answer both in English and in Odia. In all the next slides, I have provided a QR code to play with the UI of the tool. Just keep in mind that the prototype in the QR might not generate the best of the results, since I'm hosting it in the free version of Hugging Face space. And it only gives me access to CPU, so it's only a small plan model by Google. But if you really want to see the power of the actual implementation, then you can go onto my GitHub link, which I have provided later in the slides, and then you can host it into your local computer and check the performance. Most modern research tools are built exclusively for English-speaking users. Whether you are using Scholarly, Explain Paper, or Paper Digest, you will quickly notice that the interfaces, processing, and the output are English only. While this works for a global audience, it leaves behind a significant segment of the researchers, students, and faculty in the non-English speaking regions, especially in the low resource languages. One such example would be Odia in our case, where we have like 35 million people approximately speaking Odia. But then if you put it into context, Odia has more native speakers than many official European languages like Swedish, Dutch, or Greek. But then it is not supported by any major research summarization or QA tool right now. But with the emergence of LLMs and machine translation technologies, I'm trying to bridge that gap with my current demo. The primary objective of this tool is to reduce the language barrier in accessing academic research. Our goal is to create an accessible open source system where a user can upload a research paper in English and receive detailed summaries, answer to their questions, citations, and related work. So basically, you can also use the tool as a reference to get similar paper in the same field where you are working. And it is not only possible in English, but you can also do it, translate the whole output to Odia. The current tool is quite modular, so it can be adapted to any other low resource language apart from Odia. And you can also, if you want really better performance and if you think the current implementation don't satisfy your need, then you can extend it to a bigger model or a better retriever. So how the tool looks like is like you have a web-based tool where you get to upload a PDF and then you can generate summaries of the paper in both English and in Odia. You can ask any question that you want related to the paper, and the expectation is that the tool will not hallucinate and generate answer by its own, but then look into the document and only give answer relevant to the document. You can also ask the tool to generate or extract keyword based on the paper. You can generate citation from the paper, and also you can look for related paper which are similar to the paper that you upload. The design is quite modular and it is built using LangChain, Gradio, and Olemma. The LangChain supplements more towards the retriever and Gradio is more towards the UI. Olemma is supplementing the model in my case because I'm hosting it locally right now with a Llama 3 model. I have made some key architectural decisions. While building the tool, I prioritized that the model has to be has to support modularity, has to be accessible, and has to be open source to the community. So what I did was like I went for a rack-based architecture where you have a generator and a retriever, so that the model ensures that it is not hallucinating and generating answer. It is very important in our case where we have very low resource in specific to our language. So it only gives you answer based on the actual document that you upload. Since I have only made the temperature, set the temperature to 0, it has no scope to generate answer by its own. I choose a LangChain framework because it enables me to parse PDF documents and help in chunking, embedding, and retriever. In the generation side, I'm using Llama 3 in my actual implementation, since it can be used locally with even your Mac or in your desktop, any desktop. But then if you really want to use it in a very high environment, in a well resource environment, then you can definitely use a far better model, and then it will surely give you far better result than what maybe I have right now. In order to provide Odia support, I'm using Meta's NLLB 200 model, which is a high quality model and has resources in many different languages apart from Odia. So it makes the tool very modular because you just have to change one line and replace it with another language, and then the tool become accessible in a different language as well. In order for the UPI, I'm going with Gradio because it is very easily adapted to any LLM based software. So you can use this AI UI and ensure that it's quite user friendly and fully web based. We will run a small demo of the tool now. Give me a second. Can you still see my screen? Okay, I will say it again then. Okay, now you can see that the UI looks something like this, where you have the option to upload any document of your choice, like let's say like this, and then you press upload document. It takes a bit of time, so I have already done it for this demo. As you can see, like I have already uploaded a paper titled LLM for extract method refactoring. The status says that the PDF has already been loaded successfully with the name of the PDF. And then what you can do is like you can ask any question that is relevant to your own scope. Here I have put a question saying what is the evaluation technique used in this paper? and then you can see that the answers are generated based on the paper itself. Here, in this case, we are using an automated correctness check and human-centered developer survey. So it catches the right evaluation technique quite as expected. You can see that I also have a Odia translation here in the box. In the prototype, you have a separate translate to Odia button that you can use to translate it to Odia. There are some more features like, let's say, summarization, where you can get a summary of the paper, both in English and also in Odia. As you can see here, you can also extract keywords, you can generate citation here, and you can also look for related paper. But it's a time-taking process, so we'll not go through it right now, but you can definitely use it in the prototype, and also maybe you can install it in your local computer and get to use it anyway. Okay, we'll move forward with the presentation now. Can you still see my screen? Okay, maybe I'll just share it with you via chat in this case. I'm not sure if I'm still sharing my screen. Yeah. So the next thing that you can see that is like you can change the LLM based on your own demand. You can use a better retriever if you wish to do so. And also like you can change it to different other languages. In the next slide, you have links where you have access to the tool. Give me feedback if you would like. I can improve the tool by my own, or if you have some suggestion where you can improve the tool by yourself, then you are free to do it. You can just fork the tool from the GitHub and you can do it by yourself. So that's all from my side. Any questions are appreciated. Hello?
Yeah, I have this question. This is a technical question. You uploaded a paper and you wanted the summarization and question answering on that. Where is the scope of RAG in this? What are you storing in RAG? What database is in the RAG?
So currently I'm not, it's just using the LangChain simple framework where you have a very small database. So what it does is like as soon as you upload the paper, the PDF version of the paper, what it does is like it calculate all the embeddings and then store it by itself. And then as soon as you start asking questions, then you does the similarity check and give you the answer. So, I mean, since it is only a paper, it is not like a big size where you don't need a big database because the input size is only a PDF, right? It's not like you're storing a lot of PDFs. I mean, if we go on to like extend this into storing the history of all the papers that you have maybe looked for, in that case we need a database, but right now it's only the LangChain database that it provides by default.
Okay, I got it. It's the content of the paper that you are chunking and storing, and until the question answer session is there, then after that it's not useful. Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Instead of the
sorry, so just a second, I'll just relay a question from the chat. So Gaurav Rai has a question that can a user type question in Odia text and still get a detailed response?
Not at the moment. It's still not adapted on that side of the thing, but hopefully I can do that actually. I mean, it's just a technical thing, right? Where you reverse the order. You can basically ask the question in Odia, use the NLLB 200 model from Meta to translate it to English, put the question into the retriever and the LLM, it gives you answer in English and again translate it to Odia. I can do that. I mean, conceptually it's quite possible, and maybe it's a daytime. It's not that difficult as well. But right now the current implementation don't have it. I will take it as a feedback actually.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sivajit. Saurabh, I hope that answers the question. Satya, sir, you are up. Yeah.
I have
any
a
more
follow-up question. So, instead of the research paper, if I upload any other document, it will work the same, correct?
Yeah, it will work. It will work. It will
What's
still
the
work.
specific
And,
additional use case of this particular application?
I would say like you can use it as a legal tech. I heard some presentation beforehand, right? I mean, in a rec, you can upload any kind of PDF. Let's say if you have some kind of guidelines, let's say I worked for Volvo before where we had a lot of guidelines when we write code, let's say, right? In that case, what you can do is like you can already upload the guidelines as a PDF and ask the code to follow the specific guidelines and check the chunking. So RAG can have like various kind of use cases. So basically anything where you don't want to fine tune a LLM particularly outside, you can basically use a RAG if it is only textual data. Does I answer your question, or you want me to specifically on this PDF context you want me to?
And my bigger question was that why is it just limited to research paper? So it can serve the purpose of anything.
That's my use case actually. The thing is like when I saw this presentation, when I thought like I will do a presentation, it's only my use case because I am a researcher. So I use this tool only for my research analysis. But you are open. You can actually use it for anything. I mean, it's quite open. I've not limited it to anything. If you just want to upload a PDF and want to ask some question, you can do that as well.
Are you following any chunking strategy, or are you just letting it overally move forward?
I'm just letting it move forward. I mean, for my use case, I don't need because it's not a big project. It's only a PDF and it's quite easy for even, and the LLM that I'm using is only a 8 billion model. It's not that powerful as well. But the thing is like it serves my purpose. So I don't need to think about like improving the performance at this stage. I mean, future, if I want to like make it a really big tool, marketize it, in that case, I might think about like really good performances and good chunking strategy, good retriever, good LLMs. But right now it serves my purpose. So I don't think about that so much right now.
What is the size of the embedding vector?
It's 512. It's very small.
So is the document completely being embedded by that particular 512 size of embedding vector?
Yes. I mean, for a summary or for an answer, it's enough, right? You don't need that more than that. I mean, if I was generating answer for for my other use case where I'm like, in my current research where I'm working more on code, and if I'm looking at a repo level code, in that case I need bigger chunks. But right now I don't need it for this tool specifically. So I don't use any kind of advanced technique to do it, or any bigger chunking models or anything.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Again, which is being relayed from chat. It is from Bhakti, and her question is, how are you handling uploaded paper? Is it getting stored in a vector DB? I know the answer, but please say it.
Yeah, exactly. It is getting stored in a vector, and I mean more in terms of like embeddings. So since as I already said this info, right, that I'm not using any kind of database. It is basically the embedding space on the vectors that are being stored in the Langchain framework. So it is very, very easy to implement if you would like to implement as well. It is not using anything. I guess the easiest answer would be like, I would recommend you to look into my GitHub as well. It's quite open source. You can look into the code and see how easily it is implemented. It's just one page of code, maybe like 500 lines of code for this tool. So I'm not using any advanced strategy here.
Thank you very much. I think that was everything.
Yeah, thank you so much.
and after this we have the break, and the last session start at 5:30, the GenAI quiz. So that will be only on online mode. So I think those already registered, the link has been shared, the quiz, online quiz link, and they can join from online. So how many here they have opted for quiz?
Actually, we are sending the link out to everyone. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
So it'll be on their inboxes by 5:30 p.m. and it's a half an hour quiz.
And automatically it will be evaluated. So you have to, the questions have been already set. So the timer is there. So you have to answer, and automatically it will be evaluated, and the winners will be choose or announced.
Yeah, so we have Nishant Nehar joining us. If someone could please allow him host privileges, he should be able to share his screen.
Hi everyone, hope my screen is visible and hope the audio is clear. I'm Nishant, and I am basically the Chief AI Officer at Sunroof Magpie, and we've recently just started up our own AI firm. So I've been a little bit excited for the entire workshop today. So first of all, thanks everyone for organizing it. I just wanted to show a few glimpses of the things that we have been doing. I came across a lot of presentations here which were talking about the deeper aspects of utilizing LLMs for translation, transcriptions, in fact, even for figuring out more insights out of ODI conscripts. The things that I have been working around are a little bit around the same aspects. I'm going to straight away first give a little bit of things that we are built already, and then I'll give you a little show of our website. So I first want to, the reason why I actually shifted from the offline mode to this here is because I wanted to show this to you. So basically what I've done here is they have the Jagannath temple administration is recently planning to create and establish a museum. So we have had examples of museums in New York and also in the London Museum, where devotees or visitors can straight away go and they can interact with any kind of artifact that's on display. So this is an artifact that so let's say we have a museum artifact that is placed in front of you. This is how you can ask it any questions about Jagannath. So this is a device, it's an app that we've basically built. Currently it's in staging and needs to be modified to a lot of extent. I want to give a demo okay, how it's going to function. I simply switch it on. It starts recording. क्या आप मुझे प्रभु जगन्नाथ के बारे में कुछ बता सकते हैं?
हाँ जरूर। प्रभु जगन्नाथ मुख्य रूप से उड़ीसा के पुरी में पूजे जाते हैं। उन्हें भगवान विष्णु का एक रूप माना जाता है और उनकी पूजा उनके भाई बलभद्र और बहन सुभद्रा के साथ की जाती है।
सुभद्रा को हम हिंदू धर्म में किस और देवती के नाम से जानते हैं?
सुभद्रा को अक्सर देवी दुर्गा या माँ लक्ष्मी का ही एक रूप माना जाता है। वो भगवान कृष्ण की बहन।
गुंडीचा मंदिर में क्या होता है?
रथ यात्रा बहुत बड़ा त्योहार है जहां प्रभु जगन्नाथ, उनके भाई बलभद्र और बहन सुभद्रा के रथों को भक्तों द्वारा बड़े बड़े रास्तों पर खींचा जाता है। ये एक बहुत ही रंगारंग और भक्तिमय त्योहार है।
इसमें गुंडीचा मंदिर का कहां पे जिक्र हुआ?
माफी चाहता हूँ, मैंने रथ यात्रा के दौरान गुंडीचा मंदिर का जिक्र किया। रथ यात्रा के दौरान मूर्तियों को गुंडीचा मंदिर ले जाया जाता है जहां वे कुछ दिनों तक रहती हैं और फिर वापस मुख्य मंदिर लौटती हैं।
और जगन्नाथ मंदिर को किस राजा ने स्थापित किया था?
परंपरागत रूप से माना जाता है कि जगन्नाथ मंदिर का निर्माण राजा अनंत वर्मन चोड़गंगदेव ने शुरू करवाया था।
And which dynasty was he from?
राजा अनंत वर्मन चोड़गंगदेव पूर्वी गंगा राजवंश से थे।
So this is basically a kind of a setup that we have built where in real time people can interact with not only a limited data set that it has been provided with, but also using retrieval augmented generation and with proper guardrails in place. किसी भी artifact or any kind of a display that is there in the museum, you can ask questions about the Jagannath culture. A little bit deeper into it, striving, which is still in a prototype stage, is where we have tried to make it multimodal. Now here the flow of interaction is pretty smooth. You can straight away talk to people. Now what if I also want to see when people visit a museum, they also want to see real-time videos in front of their face so that it becomes easier for them to connect. So let's say if I try to do the same thing over here, but this time it's not only on the talk and provide me a sound output, it's also going to show me a video output. So let's say I'm going to ask the same question here in a different manner. Can you tell me a little bit about Mahaprasad of Lord Jagannath? Okay.
Mahaprasad is the sacred food offered to Lord Jagannath and then distributed to devotees. The temple kitchen uses traditional methods with earthen pots and wood fires. Amazingly, the food never goes bad and can feed any number of people, whether 2,000 or 20,000 devotees visit.
So as you can see, at one point of time, we are trying to use the voice modality to have a straightaway conversation. At the same point of time, imagine going into a museum where you're talking to a AI model, and at the same point of time, it's replying back to you, and it's also showing you contextual videos related to the same. As of now, there is no such generative AI tool that is in the market that can contextually create real-time videos at one go. So what we are trying to do is train it on the basis of a pre-existing library, and then with a split second, we can demonstrate it to the audience. The context-driven interaction and syncing is something that we're focusing on. So these are a few things that we've been trying to do so far. And using the same technologies that we established to do this, where we can interact and generate videos, the things that we are also simplifying for people is to create videos on scale without using any kind of a Adobe Photoshop or recording or a green screen and all like that. The last example of that is another video that's going to be launched tomorrow for the Jagannath Ashram, which I'm going to present to you. The song has also been composed by AI. The lyrics has also been written by AI, and the video has also been created by AI, and all using a proprietary tech that we just maintained for 5 minutes at all. So here's one, maybe if my screen is still visible. So the basic thing that I've been trying to say from that moment onwards, which I was trying to explain, that we can have consistency in our characters, we can have a high level of understanding, and we can also train models to not only replicate and talk to us in simple English or maybe in textual versions, but at the same point of time also be multimodal, as in create real-time videos and real-time audios in sync. So Another use case of this, which we have currently deployed for a few real estate companies in Odisha, is our calling agent, which is built on the same technology. So this is basically my website. This is a new startup that I just started. So all this AI calling agent does the same thing. It talks to people in the real time, understands the context, and then qualifies the leads and sends it across to different sales managers or BT teams to kind of take it forward. So the overall thing that we are just understanding a little bit about the entire generative AI process is that it's in the early days, but there's still a lot of huge things to do. So that's exactly what I wanted to demonstrate. Thanks everyone. If anybody has a question, then you can ask me.
I think that's everything, Nishant. I don't see any questions, so thank you very much for the demo. We loved it. All right. Thank you everyone for participating. We do not have any more participants presenting right now. We will take a break, and our emails containing the link to the quiz will land at your email boxes by exactly around 5:30 p.m. You have half an hour to do the quiz, and Shant is the one who has designed it. So all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Satik. So at 5:30 p.m. you will get the quiz mail in your inbox, though, and now we have the break till 5:30 p.m.